All right, guys. So I've thought quite a bit about the way I do things on the channel, and I've kind of flip flopped a little bit. The reason why is because there's pros and cons to different approaches. So, in general, I've had this sort of extreme free speech sort of vibe about my channel, even to the point where I will skirt the YouTube filter and just go ahead and post everything, regardless of whether or not they think it's appropriate or not. A big part of this is that I have this belief that dialogue should be completely free and open, and that there can be growth and, and seeking truth, so to speak, when there's no sort of hierarchy, as in, like, there's no, like, what you see on most channels. In other words, like, you have this certain people like suck up to you or agree with everything you say, and then they're given a sort of uh, favorable outlook, and they like, it becomes like an echo chamber, which is something that I seek to avoid. However, on the other side, I believe that completely just allowing anything and everything is harmful. And what I mean by that is, when you have this complete hardcore free speech sort of environment, it has a tendency to, at least in my opinion, cause the opposite of what you're looking for. The reason why is because it will attract trolls. It will attract people whose only goal is to do whatever they can to be malicious, shitty human beings, and just use like crappy tactics to fallacious shit to try to attack you, even if it's not true, because they don't care about truth. So I've never really given a shit about what people say to me, especially because it tends to be illogical, emotional appeals. But it's not about what I think about it. It's about the how it affects social dynamics in general. So when you have like stalker trolls that follow you around and just constantly attempt to like demean everything you do, it has a tendency to make it to where other people don't take things as seriously as they would, because they'll like they'll watch the video or like engage in the comments, they'll read the comments, and they'll be like, okay, that's what this is. It's like a pissing contest. That's all this is. It's just like a troll versus troll type thing. Now, obviously, when it comes to like my primary two or three conservative trolls that follow me around, I essentially always win logically. Um, so, like, from the perspective of like a neutral observer that's capable of objective thinking, that would make me the better troll. But that's not my goal. Like, that it completely defeats the whole damn purpose. got cats freaking out in the background because they heard my voice. But anyway, uh, messing my brain up. So there's that. It kind of influences what I want the entire thing to be in the first place. Now, it's worth noting I'm a very small channel, and honestly, I don't even want to be that big. But I do want meaningful, sincere, intellectually honest dialogue from people of the opposing side, so to speak. And that doesn't even have to be like liberal or leftist versus conservative or anything like that. It can be anything. Like you can also be a leftist who happens to disagree with me on a specific issue that I bring up. It just, it's more likely that it's going to be a conservative, naturally. But like, I do enjoy um, debate because I believe it not just between you and I, but it brings other people, like third party spectators, closer to the truth if there's actual logical premises involved and you're doing your best to show the the logical reasoning for your position, so to speak, and I'm doing the same. It's kind of the whole point. And in the past, I've actually had my mind changed. It's part of why this is important, in my opinion. So sometimes I cover things that's entirely just my opinion, but it's almost always based on some facts. And I, of course, allow people to express their own. However, from unless I change my mind again, which is possible because I'm known for changing my mind all the damn time, but for now, I'm at least going to give this a shot. I really don't care, even if like it cuts off engagement entirely, because I think that it's more likely that it keeps me from my ultimate goal of finding truth, so to speak, to allow this sort of behavior. So I think that, especially when compared to pretty much any fucking channel owner you can find, almost all would have just immediately fucking banned these people right off the bat. I believe that I am way more gracious, and I go a long way in giving people the benefit of a doubt. So if I get to the point where it's like this person is a complete waste of time and like they have no sincere uh they're not seeking truth as well, like their motives are more underhanded than that, then it's you could be pretty much guaranteed that that is the case. So if you have a person whose entire engagement on this channel is ad hominem attacks, like all they do is try to like make fun of the opposing view, then they're going to be gone soon. If all they do is like make fallacious appeals, and that, like, if I make a valid point and they refuse to acknowledge it, or they'll just like pivot and then just the most common again is ad hominem attacks. So if I make like a valid point and they don't mention it at all, they just completely skirt it and then like try to pivot from the valid point that I made to like, I don't know, one of the most common is like, you believe that men can transform into women, as like a emotional, like, one, it's a straw man because no one actually believes that biologically, and two, it just shows that you don't have any logical, there's no real reason for you to be here, because your goal is just to be a garbage human being and to try to trigger, which by this point it should be incredibly obvious. You're never, ever, ever going to trigger me. It's not going to happen. It's not even possible, especially in text. So you're just wasting my time and yours. But for some reason, these people get like obsessed with me and keep trying and keep trying. The problem is, one, as I already laid out, it defeats the entire purpose of this fucking channel in the first place. Two, I have a tendency to be so magnanimous, I guess, that I end up burning way too much of my time in an endeavor that will never be fruitful. So I'm going to stop wasting my time, at least in that regard. If and also I'll note this as well, because I believe that people aren't automatically due respect. So if I believe that your intentions are not intellectual honesty and seeking truth, so to speak, or showing that you have the truth based on your actions, I'm going to mute you from the channel. And I'm not even going to tell you. And the reason why I do that is because I've wasted a whole lot of time already on at least specific people. I'm not going to mention any names. So what the reason why I would do that and like tell you that I've done it is because I have a certain modicum of respect for you. If you haven't earned any kind of respect, why would I do that? So that's how things are going to be going forward, at least for now. Again, I may change my mind again in the future. Who knows? But I think that is the best way going forward. I know some people just enjoy reading this like kind of trollish back and forth. And I'm sorry, but that's not what this is about. So that won't be going on for a whole lot much longer. My primary interest is in, again, seeking truth. And in order to do that, I need to be able to have serious, meaningful, intellectually honest dialogue with people that have opposing views. And if you are not someone who's interested in that, you're in the wrong place. Thank you for your time.